Hello and welcome to Ignore the Noise and Move Forward by Anne Emanuel. For years I found myself rereading my life stories and only recently realized how my life experiences and the people I've met along the way changed my life. All of my stories are short, and at the end of every blog story, I give you ideas on how you can begin writing your life stories.
Begging for prayers. When I ask for prayers on social media, I ask for immediate response from people seeing the post, meaning there's no time left. It's usually related to losing someone I love or care about. If you look up begging and prayers, you'll find all kinds of information, all good, all opinions. I will never defend my begging. I've begged of the Lord many, many times. When I request additional prayers, I'm desperate. I'm desperate for you to help me. Join me in prayer, as in the story of The Power of Prayer. I know the power of prayer. The song below in my blog post is a song that came to mind, so beautiful. Let us pray for one another, for the day is fading fast. Begging to a human. I lost a friend in 1977, a drug overdose. No one believed him when he told them what he had done. Took too many pills. Maybe it was because it happened too many times before, and he lived. In other words, he cried wolf one too many times. He tried to get his friends' attention, but this time they fell asleep during Saturday Night Live, only to wake to see that he was not breathing, dead at 22. I think he was begging them to listen to him. It was Saturday night in the 70s, so they were probably stoned, and they missed it. That's a lot to deal with later in life. So it's hard to decipher who is begging and desperate and who doesn't want to work and needs more attention. Attention in itself is pretty important. In my current prayer request, we needed a miracle. There's no more running, meaning run while you pray, unless you're running to get a stadium of people to pray for a miracle. So I prayed for a miracle and the knowledge and wisdom of the doctors. Life's up and downs. I've always believed in using the social services available to us when we're down and out. That's why we pay taxes and support our local not-for-profit organizations. So as I always say, pray and run while you pray. Social media is a great place to ask for help. I see it in my community. People are so giving when they know someone is in need. Someone might be thinking, why is someone who's fallen on hard times or down and out desperate? Because our minds are fragile, and too much of a burden impedes our ability to even physically move. The best example I can give you is that you're stuck in a room with no way out. But in reality, there are windows all around the room, but you can't see the windows. The only way I ever got out of the window was with prayer. Prayer and a little help from my friends, and a lot of running. I quite honestly will never stop begging God for help. I've begged and I've received. Right now, Grammarly wants me to change the sentence to, I have prayed, not I have begged. But no, I'm writing the story and I can tell you I'm begging. I don't have a problem begging. It means I need something desperately. I want to get God's attention. I want Him to know that I know it's not my will, but His. But I still make my request known. Who is an angel in disguise? In my story, Avante, I write about visiting Chicago and taking a walk around the Palmer House and meeting a woman with a little child who asked for bus money. I had it to give. I felt moved to provide her with what I could, plus. I have no idea what she did with the money or the writing book. Maybe she left the book on the bus. Perhaps someone else picked up the book and read what I wrote on the first page. Learn to sell. Serendipity. You never know at what point someone might be at the end of their rope, a phrase I do not like, but here it is. You never know the impact you'll have on someone else's life when they're unsure where to turn. I like to think those in need might be an angel in disguise. The angel in disguise reference is from Hebrews. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
The purpose of my stories is to encourage you to write about your life, and you will be amazed at your personal growth. You know how when you're talking with someone and they're telling you their experience, and while they're telling you their life experience, a thought comes into your mind, you can relate, you have a story to share too. Begin at that point and start writing. Thank you for listening to Anne Emanuel. Ignore the noise and move forward. If you enjoyed my story, check out anneemanuel.com. Download the writing tips or sign up for new stories. Feel free to comment on this podcast. You can also follow or connect on social media. Thank you.